Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to all my lovely and wonderful subscribers. And guys, if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the subscribe button below. And if you're someone that has followed me from my main channel to here, oh my gosh, you are so amazing. You are the most beautiful person on earth. Thank you so much for all your wonderful love and support. Like, you have no idea how I feel. Thank you so much. So today's video is a story time. Hey, by the title of it, you already know that it's going to be hilarious. Like, this is not even, it wasn't funny at the time, but now when I look back, I'm like, damn, that was hilarious. Anyway, you all know that I grew up in the countryside. I'm a country baby. I grew up in the countryside and I grew up with 8 brothers. We have an amazing big family, and the community, we are, fabulous and fantastic. So at this particular time, it was the first son of the family, the eldest. He was getting married. He was doing his traditional marriage, because if you come from Igbo side, when you're getting married, you have to first of all, when you see a woman you love, you have to first of all go pay the dowry, and you have to first of all go knock on the door. When you knock on the door, you say, oh, I'm here to marry your daughter, and then you go and pay the dowry, and then after the dowry you'll be doing traditional marriage. So at this time, it was our eldest traditional marriage. So in the community, in the village where I grew up, those days, for non-rich people, because rich people, when they're celebrating something, they will hire people to come and do the catering and all that. But for normal people like us, when somebody in the community is getting married, like, everybody come together to help. It doesn't even matter who is this, everybody come together to help, because they say, like, if you don't help on your own time, nobody is coming to help you. So that particular day, it was evening time, the day before the actual thing. The cooking starts from the night time. Guys, if you grew up in the countryside, you know that this this thing I'm talking about is just amazing thing. Like, I love when somebody is getting married in the countryside, because it's a big festival, it's a big feast. Like, people are coming to eat, drink, and drink again. Okay, so how they do it is that my mother's age group in the community will come together for the cooking. All the women in the same age group as my mother will come together for cooking. My brother's age group, the particular person getting married, they will come, help out with, manly chores, like, killing goat, killing cow, chopping the firewood, like manly chores. And, they will also give them palm wine and all that, And then, for me, I was the only girl in the family, so I organized my girls, all my age group in my community. So for that evening, our chore was to fetch water. Okay, we will fetch water, we will blend tomato, just prepare stuff that will make it easy for the women when they are cooking. So we'll go fetch all the water, because in the countryside, water does not fall from above. You have to go and fetch it from the river. So we'll fetch the water. When we finish fetching water, we'll blend tomato, pound the cocoyam, like do stuff that will help the women out, like plug out the feather of the chicken and all that. So our first chore of that evening, and it was around 6:30 to 7, our first chore for that evening is to go start fetching water. So we gathered out, gathered all my girls, everybody came over to my house. At around 7 after 7, we started going to the river. The river is a bit walk away, maybe let's say 15 minutes or 10 minutes, walk away. And it's like a hilly top and all that. Okay, let me give you a quick story about this river. Growing up, like, ever since I have been a child in my village, we always hear a ghost story. Mami water is mermaid story, Mami Water, spirit goddess. Like we always hear this story, people has confessed that they saw something in that river, they saw a ghost, they saw Mami Water, they saw marine spirit. Like even like you do not want to go to that river alone. Like sometimes if I'm supposed to fetch water, I'll be waiting for somebody to go with me, or I'll go to my friend's house and I'll knock and say Adobe, because I always want somebody to follow me. I'll look for people who's going to that river, so I won't go alone. And people have gone missing and they say, Mami Water, marine spirit has taken. It was a whole lot of story growing up about the river. So that evening we were, we have our torchlight, but it is a very, very joyful thing to do. Like even if it's not your brother getting married, or even if it's not your sister getting married, doing it for another person is so joyful, because it's just we girls coming together, laughing, talking, telling stories, going down to the river to get water. So we were going down talking, laughing with our torchlight and our bucket and our jerry cans. You have your 4-liter jerry can, you have your bucket, people have pans. So eventually we got to the river. We are all, because when you get to the river, like let's say you're on the hilltop, so you come down, you come down and then you bend down, you put your bucket or whatever you're using to fetch with the water, you bend down and you put it inside the water to scoop the water up. So we have all bent down with our jerry cans and our bucket and our pan to scoop this water up. We were scooping the water, and all of a sudden something started moving inside this water. First of all, the first thing we thought maybe is fish, because sometimes you see like big fish, you see tortoise, we thought it was water animal, something. The thing started moving, swimming, moving, coming closer, and all of a sudden and all of a sudden this thing stood up like this, and is wearing white. Stood up as a person, stood up in form of a person. His head is, the person from head to toe is covered in white. He stood up like this and he started doing like this and coming towards us. Hey! Oh my days, guys, we threw our bucket, we threw our lantern, we threw our torch, we threw our jerry cans, like we threw everything throwable. Whatever you're holding in your hand, whatever that you're holding in your hand, you fling it, and you pick race. Sorry, let me finish laughing. You pick race, if you see race, like the person that did 10-kilometer whatever marathon didn't see your back that particular night, and if that journey takes us 15 to 10 minutes to get, it took us literally 3 minutes to get home that day. Everybody pick race, like you forget who you were laughing with, because my dear, answer your son and let me answer my son. This is like every man for himself. You forget who's behind you, who's in front of you, who's at the back of you. We pick race. We were running. Helter skelter. We panic, we ran until we got home. If you see the way we were breathing, even some people felt, you fall down, you fall down, you stand up, like you big fall, or people scrape their hand, scrape like their leg. If you see fall, like you stand up again, you were racing, you were running. Hey, we ran like there was no tomorrow. We got to the house. We were breathing heavily. We were panicking. We were shaking. Everybody came out. My brothers, my brother and the friend, my daddy, my mother, everybody came out. We're like, what is going? We were panicking. Hey, Chimebuemo, hey. Then we started telling the story, how we saw the thing, how that thing came up from the river, and it's covered in white, coming toward. The thing confused them. They were like, but initially they were like, because because of the backstory of that river. Initially they were like, hey, thank God, like you people made it here, thank God, is everybody here? They started making sure that we were all the girls that went down, we were all back, nobody was left behind, you know. They will start calling our name, Adobe, Onyanwa, you know. They start calling names to make sure that we are all back. Everybody is back. We were all panicking. So what my brothers then did, the one getting married, so he organized his own friends and he said, don't worry, they will take us back to the river. We're like, eh? You take who back to the river? You didn't hear are you deaf? It doesn't matter who you are. Me, I'm not going back to the. In fact, even Jesus come down by himself, say he's gonna guide me down that river. You got to be joking. I am not going down anywhere. They beg us. They say, you know, the women, they were actually waiting for us to come up with water, because without water you can't start nothing. You can't start washing your meat, tomato, you know, getting ready to start cooking. And they have a lot of things they're going to cook, and everything is cooked from scratch. There's no anything, there's no pre-pack, there's no plum anything. Everything that particular night is gonna be cooked from scratch. Tomato, everything, yam, pounded yam, name it, everything, cassava is from scratch, and they need this water to start this process. So when they have managed to, you know, calm us down, and they say, you know, they are with us, like, you know, nothing will happen to us, blah blah blah, and by now whatever that it is would have gone. Okay, we let them stay at the front while we stay at the back, you know, in case if the thing is coming again, so it will kukuma take the front people, and also at the back will kukuma escape, you know. So they were at the front, they were holding the torchlight, we were panicking, shaking at the back, hiding at their back and following them. We got down to the river, nothing was there. Our pan, everything, our bucket was still scattered all over the place. So they help us, they gather the pan and they help us fetch the water and put the water on top of our head, and we started going home. Coming back home, yeah, we saw a group of, you know, young teenager, the one that senior me, his age group. We saw the group of young gathered in front of our house, and they were laughing. At the beginning, we don't know what was amusing them, but they were seriously laughing. Like you can hear their laugh from miles away. Like the thing that they were laughing about must have been so hilarious, because they were laughing. They were laughing. So we, the girls, we passed them with our bucket of water and a can and a pan of water to go and give the women their water. So my brother, the eldest one, maybe he knows what he noticed something. You know, when somebody is being fishy, you can notice. So maybe he noticed that this laugh is not a genuinely laugh. They were being fishy. So he went to them. All of the big men or his age group went to them and started questioning them and all that. And they noticed that they were a bit wet and all that. And they started asking them questions. So they were lying at the beginning until my eldest brother got a mango tree, and all of them went and got any stick they can find. The way they do it, if there's a tree beside you, you shock the branches out, and you know, ready to beat them silly. And they started talking how they all went down their own age group, instead of them to use their energy and their, you know, and their manliness or whatever to help what is going on. They use it for nonsense. Anyway, so when my eldest brother was ready to beat them black and blue, yeah, so then they started talking. They went down to prank the Omarabo, because in my language they call the young girls the Omarabo, yeah. They went down to prank us with the Omarabo, and the person that senior me, all his age group went down with him to prank us in the river. So the person that came up in white thing was him, and others were hiding beside the bushes, because at the time, I remember at the time when we got there, I can hear footstep at the bushes, like, you know, when somebody is stepping on a dry leaf, you can hear the dry leaf, you know, crumbling or whatever. We thought it was, night animal or something crawling around, not knowing it was these boys. Thank God that snake did not bite one of them where they are hiding in the bushes waiting to prank us. Snake would have bite their ass there, bite their bum or bite their leg. Only then they will know never to prank people in the night time. Anyway, after they finished telling story, my eldest brother was ready to beat them black and blue because they have put fear in us. That water, we were supposed to go fetch it like 3 times. We're supposed to do it like 3 or 4 times. That gives enough water throughout the night to cook, prepare. You know what he did? He said, you people have too many energy. You have too many time in your hand. You have too many everything in your hand. He said, you know what? This night, you see this water? Even any of you are not allowed to go home. If you go home, I'll come to your father's house and I'll beat you. This night. And anyway, their mothers, the boys that joined my brother to prank us, their mothers is already in our house waiting. So their mothers even came out ready to slap them silly. African mom, they will beat the living daylight off you. When their mother heard they came out with their rapper. They said, you did what? My brother's like, you know what? Don't worry. No need of beating anybody. What they will do is that they will take our jerry can, our bucket, our everything, and they will go down to that river and they will fetch that water 20 times. Like, they will fetch it until there is enough water for everything that they will do today and tomorrow. And that was their punishment. They took the bucket, they went down, and they fetched water, and we ended up in the back garden with the women, just cooking then, preparing them cocoyam, pounding, whatever they needed to be pound, whatever they need to be done. We were helping them doing it. So yeah, that was how we thought we saw a goddess spirit or mermaid or a ghost, or whichever one we thought we saw. That is how we thought we saw it, and it was absolutely the best prank ever. When I look back at it now, I'm like, yeah, that was honestly a good prank. But at the time, we were not laughing at all. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. Anyway, guys, this is where this story time is going to end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you love it, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. There is more vlogging, story time, fun stuff is going to be happening in here in this channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.